Yo, it's Big Guafin. You're not tuning in. I told you so. Don't act like I didn't tell you when I see you. And I got a special guest next to me, Casey fucking Veggies. Yes, Casey fucking Veggies, man. Good, man. Damn, you know when I drop this one, they're gonna fuck their head up.
Man, for real. They gonna tap in.
Yeah. So for the people who don't know, Casey Veggies, where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, California, like South LA. But I grew up in Inglewood, California. So I spent most of my childhood in Inglewood, went to elementary school. I went to high school in Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? I went to Crenshaw High, 9th grade. And then I transferred to Inglewood, was playing sports, playing basketball, you know what I'm saying?
Hooper.
Skateboarding, all that. You know
all that.
I came out the Fairfax scene, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, that scene.
Multifaceted, moved around the city, you know.
Exactly. And probably a lot of the reasons why you're able to blend into a lot of these different scenes is because you were exposed to different sides of Los Angeles, I feel like.
Nah, for sure, yeah. Like, I think going to John Burroughs Middle School.
That's right.
That shit really.
Oh, you went to John Burroughs?
Yeah, I went to JB.
Yeah.
Class of 07. I think that shit really like changed my whole perspective because I was like, I was in Inglewood most of the time.
Wow.
Like, spent most of my time like more in the hood, like on the, you know what I'm saying, South LA side. And then when I went to John Burroughs, that kind of like spread my horizon out.
For sure.
I went to Fairfax. I started going to check out the streetwear and the skateboarders and, you know what I'm saying? It just switched my whole little swag up.
Absolutely. Yeah. Coming from Los Angeles, well, let's take it a step back before that. Casey Veggies. Now, I know originally your name was, you were rapping as Custom.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know that. That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, welcome to this Narwhal Part 2.
Yeah, that was like my, Narwhal went crazy.
Yeah, Narwhal sending the fucking cease and desist right now.
Narwhal went crazy on that.
Yeah.
Custom was my original rap name when I was like 12, 13. Like, I was trying it out like Custom.
Right.
And then I ended up switching it to Casey Veggies. We started the Peas and Carrots brand.
Right.
For me, it was like a whole movement. Name Custom, I started the mixtape series, Customized Greatly.
Yep.
So that was my first project I ever dropped under Casey Veggies, and then I just ran with it.
Yeah. Okay.
And now Casey Veggies just mean different. Like, we on some great shit.
Exactly.
We moving different. You know what I'm saying?
Custom.
That's why the cover of my second mixtape was a half man, half boy, half robot.
Okay.
It's just showing like we on some other shit. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah.
So you've always been creative like this?
I mean, shit, it just came natural.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, well, when did you start realizing, damn, I'm low key like a little creative?
Man, around that time, like doing the Customized Greatly series, and then probably around the time I did Customized Greatly 3.
Oh, and that was
when I was like, damn, like musically, I was like, I outdid myself. Like,
for sure.
I had Janae Aiko doing background vocals on my project.
Bro, I really want to get into
before people even
knew. I wanted to get, man, you're taking the questions away from me, bro. I wanted to ask you this. Well, okay, I do want to get into the fact that if I drop the names, it's kind of like unbelievable. But before I drop those names, I want people to understand this one. Casey Veggies. He went to John Burroughs, but then he's from South LA and also from Inglewood. You know, a lot of people talk about this divide that is happening between, not really a divide, but like there's Inglewood and then there's the rest of LA. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I guess I know what you're saying. Inglewood is like its own world, like within LA. You know what I'm saying? And it's respected. You know what I'm saying? People rock with Inglewood. It plays a big part in LA. You know, at the end of the day.
Straight up.
You know, a lot of history, a lot of culture comes from Inglewood. The Forum is in Inglewood. That's where the Lakers play.
Come on.
So it's just like, it's history. That's where the Sophie Stadium is.
Right.
So it's just like, it's respect there, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And I definitely love representing for Inglewood just as much as I love repping LA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think that Inglewood, compared to a lot of other places in LA, takes a lot of pride in Inglewood. And I really respect that.
Most definitely.
I really respect that.
AKA the Wood. They call it the Wood.
Okay. Yeah. So, now let's get into this. Your first project you dropped when you were 13, 14. That was the volume 1.
Yeah, that was Customized Greatly.
So when you dropped that, you were already in the zone of like, I'm writing raps and then I'm recording them. Like what is that process? Like when did you start realizing I'm gonna go to the studio, make some songs?
What's crazy is I finished that project, like I start writing, it was like 8th grade, I graduated middle school from JB.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I met Tyler around that time. Tyler, the creator, that summer. That summer was wild. Like,
And what summer was this?
this was like summer of 2007.
2007. And
Going into 2008.
And what grade were you in?
I was in 8th grade. I graduated middle school 2007.
Crazy.
So 2008 is when I was, you know what I'm saying, my first summer going into high school.
Wow.
And if you look at the dates, Customized Gradely 1 dropped in 2009.
Oh, wow.
My 9th grade year at Inglewood High.
Wow.
My 9th grade year at Crenshaw High.
Crenshaw. That's crazy.
That project dropped. So I was working on it. Like during the summer. I was writing raps and just playing with it. Like the idea of being a rapper, I was like, yo, I want to try this shit. I want to be a rapper. And I started writing raps. And then 9th grade, the start of the year, I was going to the studio. I had met my boy, my cousin Jay Shine. Shout out Shine August. He put me on to my first studio.
Okay.
My boy Starion, he was doing the engineering for me. So once I found his studio, I just started going there all the time. I save up money. I sell candy, save up money to pay for studio time.
Oh, shit.
Or like I ask moms for money to pay for moms to drop me off at the studio after school or something before, like after basketball practice or something. She'd drop me at the studio, and I was working on this project.
Yeah.
And then I finally dropped it, Customized Gradely 1 in 2009. That shit was crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. I want to get into that deeper side of the music, but before we get into that, bro, where does the confidence to put out? Because a lot of artists, even who are rappers today, they don't have the confidence to put out a project. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Super early on, you were like, where does this hustle mentality come from? What would you attribute that to?
Just getting inspired, shit, what was around me for real. Like, just, I got into Kanye West early, like around that time, like, so it was around the same time, like that drop, that inspired me too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was heavy into bro, like, so if you hear, it's a lot of influence, like in my flow, it was a lot of Ye influence.
For sure.
On Volume 1.
Yeah,
so that's why I, like, got my, like, not to say just one artist, but that was one of my favorite artists at the time.
Absolutely. Who else?
Lupe Fiasco.
For sure.
Going crazy at that time.
Absolutely.
And then, like, obviously, like, Pharrell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pharrell was always, like, an inspiration at that. He was, like, one of the bigger producers in the industry at that time.
Right.
So it was a lot of that on the radio. Then I was, 50 Cent. There was other shit going on, but I was just, the radio. I was checking out what was going on and got inspired. And then that's where I got the inspiration to do Volume 1. It was just like rappers I was listening to at the time, just vibing with. And I'm gonna give it a go. And then I met Tyler.
Yes.
That also was just
so
like,
can you explain to me a little bit about that? Like, how'd you guys become friends and shit?
Shit, me and Tyler met on MySpace for real. Like,
okay.
Like on MySpace.com. We just like linked up. I saw his page. I'm like, damn, this dude shit look crazy. Like, he like creative as shit. The beats was sounding crazy. His pictures was wild and shit. I'm like, who is this dude? Then we end up, I forgot, it was just mutual friends. We ended up linking up through MySpace. He was living in Sacramento at the time. Then he ended up moving to LA. Once he moved to LA, we started working on music. He was on like 1 or 2 songs on my first mixtape.
Yeah.
On Customized Gradely 1.
Wow.
Yeah, shit crazy. I was like 15. You know what I'm saying? He was like, we was like 15 years old, 14, 15. And we dropped that shit. That shit was crazy. Like, we was just working. I was in the lab working. He was working on his shit. It was like we was already big artists the way we was moving. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was young, just in high school.
Yeah.
It's like we both had our own projects we was working on.
Right.
He ended up giving me 2 verses. And it was classic, too. Like, it's still on YouTube.
Straight up.
The project really started on Dat Piff. R.I.P. Dat Piff.
R.I.P. Dat Piff.
No more Dat
Man.
Piff. So that project is like a ghost project right now. Like, it's not even really out. Like, you had to go find that or like Google it or go on YouTube.
Yeah.
You got some gems on there.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so, man, it's almost unbelievable what Tyler, because I grew up in Hollywood. Fairfax is right there.
Yeah.
And that era, not even the era where he like had that like underground buzz. I'm talking about just the LA buzz.
Yeah.
It was big. It was such a combination of bringing the creative, super creative, like funky people and bringing them into like a hip hop space. And I think that something about that really shifted how people think about music. You know what I'm saying? Really think about music. And how do you feel about his success?
Man, I'm super happy for him, super proud of him. I think I always saw how special he was as a creative and as like just an innovator, like, all around. You know what I'm saying? Bro had the whole package. He can direct the video, produce the song, write the lyrics. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had the whole package from day one. You know what I'm saying? He
Wow.
was just always a visionary. So I saw the vision from day one. I always believed in him.
Yeah.
And I just seen the growth. Like once he dropped Yonkers, like
Yeah.
that first single, like we was already building. Like Our Future Tape Volume 1 was like a cult classic, like underground classic.
Straight up.
But then, you know, that project was just a fun, creative process.
Yeah.
And then once he dropped, you know, his first independent project. Which
Yeah,
was
I think Bastard, right?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like,
crazy.
We did that song. And it was like he was underground gold.
Gold,
like
for sure. And that wave was different because this was, you could say, kind of pre-SoundCloud.
Yeah, shit was crazy. Pre-SoundCloud, like damn near before Instagram.
For sure, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Before all that.
It's like you had to go on Tumblr, you had to go on MySpace. You had to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, you had to go on Tumblr. That's how I found out about Tyler the Creator, on Tumblr.
Yeah, you had to be tuned in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like, yeah, man, we started.
That's the beauty of hip hop, right? Like the beauty of hip hop is like it forces people to tune in.
Yeah.
And it's something, I don't know, something special about this shit.
Bro had one of the biggest Tumblrs known to man, though. That shit was big. If your Tumblr was popping, you was getting notes back then, you was lit.
You were lit for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. The right aesthetic, boom, you in.
Yeah.
Same thing with MySpace. I love the fact that like those websites allowed people to be creative in their own right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's like around the time I first got put on the hypebeats.com, like 9th grade.
Yes.
Like, all that shit inspired like Customized Gradley 1. And shit like that. Like I was rapping about all that type of shit, streetwear.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's different shit growing up in LA, high school parties and shit like that. So it was just, you know, it was all dope. It was a lot of classic moments on that tape, like, you know what I'm saying, just having Tyler features and just having, you know,
putting it together, the studio sessions.
Just crazy shit, rapping on classic beats like A. Marie beats and rapping on Dr. Dre beats. Like it's some gems on my first Customized Gradley 1 and 2 was like, I was rapping on instrumentals too. Like it wasn't just all original. It was like I'm rapping on other beats and just meshing it with original songs too. So it was crazy like that I even was able to put that together at such a young
age.
Yeah, that's
it's insane.
Wild. Yeah.
It's insane. That's why my first question to you was the confidence part. Because wow, it's almost unbelievable. And watch this. People who are watching this, the rest of the story is gonna sound unbelievable too, but this is real life. When you start going into volume 2, when did volume 2 come out? Yes,
right before Sleeping in Class came out.
Man.
And I did that when I was at Inglewood High because I shot that cover in D Smoke classroom at Inglewood High. So I'm trying to see the exact date on Customized Gradley 2, I can tell you. Yeah, August 22nd, 2009.
Wow.
So volume 1 was 08 then.
Yeah. So you're putting out these projects in high school. Did people in high school fuck with you as they all looked at you as, oh, he's the rapper?
I mean, kind of. Yeah, like yes and no.
Because you were an athlete too.
I wasn't really, I was an athlete. I was just like a regular, you know what I'm saying, like another, you know, I was like one of the cool kids, I guess you could say, but at the same time, I was just me. Like, you know, I wasn't a celebrity yet or nothing like that. I was just like pushing my music. Like I print up copies and bring it to the parties and pass them out. I was still trying to get that respect as an artist, but I wasn't like forcing it in people's face. I kind of was being low key about it.
Yeah, and which is
letting it bubble up on its own.
You know what I'm saying? Organic.
On some shit like that. Like people used to tell me, like even like after the fact, like people would say like, damn, I never even knew you was rapping like that in high school. Like that shit crazy like that. You really living out your dreams, or you really took it there. You really blew up in your own, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that shit be like dope to like run into people from high school and they be like giving me that respect. Like you did your thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be like, that's real, that's love.
You know, and I think and for our business, I told you so, it's so much based on that, bro. Yeah. It's not about telling somebody, oh, I told you so in a negative way. It's about proving people right, because a lot of people believe in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We try so hard to prove people wrong.
So to answer that question is like no. Like people didn't know. They didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Some people didn't believe it'd be true. Like I will ever go on world tours and drop albums and get gold singles. And,
so when was your first show?
Man, one of my first shows was...
Or first big show in your head?
I mean, I had a big show in like high school when I performed at Forbidden City. It was like a big show for LA. That was probably one of my first bigger shows.
Okay.
You know, then one of my first sold out shows at the Roxy. Yeah. In like 2010, I believe. Okay. That was, I would say, my first like big show. Wow. Sold out.
In high school?
Like, yes. I think that was in high school, 2010. Yeah, right before. I gotta check the dates because I gotta go back a little bit.
No, but for sure.
It was like Either right after high school or right before I graduated.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to double check.
You know, so that's super inspiring. And then going into
Then
sleeping in class.
And then going on the PNC XX tour with Travis Scott right after that. That was just all my whole build up, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
before the album dropped.
Yeah.
So we did the PNC.
How was that tour?
That was crazy. Kanye West came out to the
Yes. So, okay, yeah, tell me the story about that.
Sold out the El Rey Theater.
Okay.
Travis Scott went on right before me. It was like a joint tour. We both headlined it together and just brought, we went crazy. It was an 8-city West Coast tour. It's on YouTube right now.
Bro went on tour with Travis Scott.
Yeah, you can look up Road Trip PNC XX tour on YouTube. And it's like a 4 to 6 episode journey of the whole tour.
Wow.
But Kanye West came out to the LA show and performed before me at my show.
Fine.
And this is my inspiration. This is the dude, you know what I'm saying? So in front of my crowd in LA. Like, so it was just like, we shut the city down that night for sure.
This is what I'm talking about. The the unbelievableness of this. Like, okay, so you went on tour with Travis Scott. The sold out Roxy show.
No, the Roxy show was before that. We did
before
the El Rey on the Travis tour.
Okay.
So we did a bigger venue on that tour.
So talk to me about this. So then you have the project, the Sleeping in Class. You have Dom Kennedy, Tyler, and Mac Miller.
On the deluxe edition.
On the deluxe.
I dropped a 10 song. I dropped the album at first.
Yeah.
And then we doubled back 11th grade. I remember we came back 2011. In September, we dropped the deluxe. One of the first deluxe editions.
Bro, you've been dropping deluxes. That's crazy.
Like one of the first deluxe editions ever done. And I did it independently. Well, I did like a small deal. And it was a big independent project.
Right.
We did numbers.
Wow.
For sure, it was crazy. Yeah.
So okay, how does the
I had Kendrick Lamar on the project as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was on the remix, right?
Yeah, he was on the Ride Around Tower remix. Yep. That shit was classic.
And Kendrick Lamar.
So that was like one of a big
Kyle, are you listening to this? He had Dom Kennedy, fucking Tyler the Creator, Mac Miller, and Kendrick fucking Lamar.
Yeah, on my deluxe edition.
In high school.
Yeah.
I was listening to the albums at the time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Cause I lose sight of that too. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're living that time area, you're like, all right, cool. Like this is the whatever.
Yeah, we was going crazy.
Oh my goodness, man.
It just came together natural. We was putting plays together.
Yeah.
That came out. And that's when that's when I start feeling like, yeah, this shit real. Like this shit can be really real.
Did you the Mac Miller joint? Did you guys meet or was that a sent over thing?
I did a 8-city West Coast tour with Mac Miller while I was in the 12th grade. Yeah, so I did like an 8-city West Coast tour. Mac Miller, he hit me on Twitter. We linked up. He like, bro, I want to bring you on tour. I heard your project, Sleeping in Class. So he heard the original mixtape that I dropped, just caught on to it over the internet.
Yeah.
That's how powerful the blogs and like
the blog
internet
that you were,
era was.
Bro, you were super important in that blog era.
Yeah, so
for
he
sure.
just caught on to it. I was surprised that people was just catching wind. I'm like, who is it? Like this dude Mac Miller. Like I started peeping him, and I had kind of heard of him, but I hadn't really fully heard of him yet. Then I started doing my research. I realized he big time. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro, going crazy. And then we end up meeting. He hit me on Twitter. He like, yeah, bro, I want to bring you on tour. But I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Like opportunities like this don't come every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm in high school. Like, I'm just a kid from Inglewood.
Right.
Bro got more motion going. He got crazy motion going.
Straight up.
He got a tour lined up. I didn't have no tours yet lined up. But bro opened them doors for me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just off the music.
Just off the music. He brought me on my first West Coast tour. And we recorded that song, Can I Live, on that tour. We did it in the Bay Area, I think. In the hotel room in the Bay. And then after that tour was done, I went back to school. So I missed like a week of school. I had to get signed off by the principal. Left school, went on tour. That's when it started, you know what I'm saying, getting real. That's right before the deluxe dropped.
Okay.
You know, I did that and I just started catching the momentum. I dropped the deluxe. And Mac was like, I want to bring you on another tour. Like he was like, bro, I'm rocking with you. Bro had crazy, genuine energy. Like that first tour, we just vibed out. It was just a natural connection between me and bro. And then he's like, bro, I want to bring you on another tour. Mm-hmm. So by the time I graduated high school, we dropped the deluxe, and then we went on the Blue Slide Park tour with Mac Miller. It was 66 shows around the whole United States, 3 months long.
All 66?
All 66.
Wow.
Movie.
How was that point in your life?
I was like,
looking back at that.
I was like, I was either going to go to college or do rap full time, you feel me?
Yeah.
That kind of like bro bringing me on that tour kind of like
stamped it.
It stamped it. Like it was
Yeah.
like, nah, it was like, we ain't gonna do the college thing right now. I'm gonna go full in with music.
Yeah.
So bro kind of like, you know what I'm saying, gave me that extra boost I needed, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I like forever commend bro, like, you know what I'm saying, that's my brother for life. Like I always speak highly of him. Like bro was a great dude. Like he was really like a rare individual. Like you don't meet people like bro often in this game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how genuine he was and down to earth. He was as famous as they come. Like the whole world knew him, but like the Mac I knew, he was just down to earth and just humble. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's what I respect the most about him, for sure.
Amazing. Well, first of all, I think that's when I started really getting hip to you. When that project came out. When that project came out, I'm like, okay, cool. Bro is
in class.
Yeah, sleeping in class.
Yep.
That's when I'm like, okay, I'm getting hip to it. But then when you dropped Volume 3, I remember playing these records in the whip all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
3. That's right after
2012.
That's when I really caught my wave. Like
For sure.
I went on that tour with Mac. I think I dropped that right after the tour, if I believe.
Yep. 2012.
Yeah, I dropped that right after the tour when Mac. We did the Lucite Park tour. Mac dropped that album, did 150,000.
Bro, that album is a classic too.
We just started doing features. Like me and Mac dropped a lot of music after that. We just started going crazy, and that was a great time. Like that was a special moment. Those years I did I did a tour with Big Crit around that time. I did tours with Dom Kennedy around that time. And yeah, it was just a special moment. That's around the time we did the PNC XX tour with Travis.
Yeah.
That was like in 2013. We was selling shit out, just going crazy. Yeah.
How was that fit? Bro, okay. To summarize all those things going on.
And that's around the time I dropped Fresh Veggies with my brother Rocky Fresh.
And Rocky Fresh, bro, I fuck with Rocky Fresh.
That was a whole run I went on from 2011 to 2013, 14.
Yeah.
And then I dropped my album in 2015. So it was just like I was just going crazy.
You were going crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, so a couple things I want to talk about. Number one, how did you get Janae how did that relationship happen?
It was just natural. You know, she's from LA. I had caught wind of her and I heard her voice. I was like, damn, she dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? She amazing. And we just linked up and she came through the studio one day. You know, we had chopped it up, I think over Twitter or something. We linked up and we just like, you know, she had respect for my music just as much as I had respect for hers. And we did like 2 songs. Like we did a song called Nobody on Customized Grady 3.
Yep.
She's singing on Nobody and she's singing on Life Rhymes.
Okay.
So Life Rhymes actually featured her. She killed that. It was funny in the studio because I wrote the hook to Life Rhymes, but she sung my words.
Wow.
So it was just dope. Like I remember the session with her just being like, or like, how do I say it? Or like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was trying to step into my world and like,
Right.
but it ended up working. Like ended up working out and the song came out fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit was just crazy that I wrote lyrics that she was able to sing and relate to.
Yeah.
At you know what I'm saying, I was already like ahead, like able to write like melodic shit and like lyrical shit. You know what I'm saying? So Life Rhymes was one of my favorite songs I ever made.
Wow.
So that shit was a movie. And it was just like, it was underground, but it was special. Like people knew about it. People was starting to tap in. Like it might not have been the biggest project to drop, but when I dropped Volume 3, it was a moment, like for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Then I had the PNC song. The PNC OF song with Tyler, Damo, Earl, like I had everybody on there. That shit was crazy. It was just a moment, like what we was doing at that time, and that kind of created the energy to drop Life Changes.
Okay.
So right after that, I dropped Life Changes,
and then it's out of there. Then we're out of here.
Worldwide.
Yeah. So okay, let me backtrack a little bit. I know that you're credited as one of the people who started Odd Future. Would you agree to that?
I mean, yeah, most definitely. I'm a part of the Odd Future tape, Volume 1, the first tape that stamped Odd Future in the game, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Tyler's this, he started it. He came up with the idea.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure.
Created the energy. I just was riding
supplemental,
with
yeah, for sure.
I was there to, you know what I'm saying, help any way I could help. And,
exactly.
You know, bring what I can bring to the table and just go crazy.
Respect.
Yeah, so
let me. The question that a lot of people have is, why didn't you join the group officially?
I mean, I was kind of part of the group, but I think I just had my own like thing going. Like when I started my company, Peas and Carrots International, I had my own clothing line and stuff that I was just like, I guess I have my own brand, like my own way of branding myself. So I just kind of like ran with that. And I don't know, like everybody was on their own thing at the time. So I
Right.
just kind of stayed in my lane and just did my own thing.
Right. And now, do you attribute any of that decision to the fact that you were already receiving all this success as your own, as an individual? You know what I'm saying, with your own music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was I was doing my own thing, but it was all a team effort. Like everybody was popping, everybody was like bringing energy to the group. You know what I'm saying? We all like fed off each other energy. So
Yeah.
you know,
You got a crazy
it was definitely a team effort.
Bless. Do you have a crazy party story with at that era of your life when you were touring or whatever?
Man, just different stuff, man. I remember shooting. It's all type of stuff.
Okay.
Man.
Oh, this is a better question.
Crazy.
What was your favorite city in that era, outside of LA, of course?
Around that time, I used to love just going up the whole West Coast for real, just like the Bay, Arizona, San Diego, like Portland, Seattle. You know what I'm saying? All that was always lit. It's always love. Felt like second home.
Straight
I
up.
always feel like a second home going, you know what I'm saying? All those spots. And then, New York. Yeah, man, just a lot of spots. I didn't perform in New Orleans, man. Just get love everywhere for real. I remember doing the first Rolling Loud ever in Miami. I performed at that.
That's crazy.
First Rolling Loud they ever did. That shit was crazy.
That's like performing at Woodstock #1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I did that. You know, just a lot of shit, man. I remember going to Germany, to Belgium, Germany to go perform. Brussels. I forgot Brussels out there in Europe.
Okay.
But I was doing Puckle Pop Festival. I went to perform with Mark Ronson.
Wow.
It was a big ass hailstorm, like a crazy hailstorm at the festival. Like the shit ended up getting canceled. It was some wild shit, bro. I never seen like ice falling from the sky.
Yeah,
crazy.
straight up.
Like it was some wild shit. It was kind of like ended kind of bad. Like people got injured. Like God bless anybody that got injured that day. But like I was there. Like luckily I was able to stay on the bus and get up out of there. But just the whole journey of my whole process, you know, doing what I'm doing and chasing my dreams. Like I didn't have to go, you know, encounter some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope to have to jump through them hoops and just make it, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, I think a lot of people in Los Angeles do get lost because of the fact that they don't know how to maneuver under pressure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the interactions that you've had up until this point only further explains why the fuck you're doing what you're doing right now. Yeah. Bro, dead ass. You're in high school popping. Yeah. I know in the beginning of the interview, I was kind of like, all right, like you were doing your thing in high school. Yeah. But now I'm going through this and you were in high school doing this. Yeah. It's fucking insane. Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
And then right after high school, that's when I kept going and dropping certain joints. And I got my deal. It was a process.
Yes.
Before I dropped the album, so it took like 2 years.
So talk to me about that. When you signed, did you like that formula of signing and doing that? Like, what was that experience like?
Yeah, it was cool. It was dope to be like, get that red carpet rolled out for you as an artist. Like, I think every artist deserves to experience that. And it's just about how you maneuver through the whole process. Like, it does become like more political and like it's a bigger business you're dealing with when you jump in that field. But you just got to be ready for it. And I was young, so, you know, I had to learn just firsthand. I jumped straight off the porch and just, you know, jumped on the deep end.
Right.
And just had to just swim.
Yeah.
But I just figured it out as I went. Mm-hmm. I was able to get the first album, Live and Grow. I got it out.
Yeah.
It dropped September 25th, 2015.
Yeah.
And that was a special day for me. You know, it might not have been the biggest debut album, but it was like, it was big for me, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was big for the city, for sure.
For sure. So let's talk about a couple of these things. Man, bro, these track lists are like, it's like amazing. Yeah. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, wow, this time in my life. You have YG and I Am Sue. I Am Sue at this time, cracking. Yeah. And YG. Yeah. You got that. You have the song with them. Ty Dolla $ign, Dejlo, and BJ, the Chicago kid, LA. Going crazy. You have LA people here. You got people from all over. And then, of course, you have Tyler, the Creator. Yeah. So let me ask you this question. At this point, during the Live and Grow process, that was the first album. Was that your only album with the label?
That was my only album with Epic Records. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me about this. Like, why is it that all these artists fuck with you?
It's just building a camaraderie over the years. And just working and just staying true to myself and people just rocking with me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Being me. Like I just stayed me, you know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
And people extend that love back, you know what I'm saying? And me and Ty Dolla $ign, we got classic songs, and on his project, Beach House 3, I think, was one of his classic projects.
Wow.
We got a song called Work.
Okay.
That was a moment. That was a crazy moment for me dropping that with him when he first got signed to Atlantic Records and shit, and just being a part of the movement, bro. Like just staying in tune with people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about.
So
sure.
And to a degree, you have an ear for this. You really have an ear for this. I mean, it's almost not like you have a Midas touch when it comes to, like, I know the people I fuck with, like, they're that too. And they see you like that as well.
Yeah.
At this time period of your life, this is 2015. Let's say between 2011 and 2015, who are some other artists you were listening to, inspired by?
I can't really. It's hard to remember certain. I kind of draw a blank, but it was a lot of music I was tuned into. A lot of the same artists I listen to now, but like even doing like sleeping in class when 2010. That's when I kind of got into Nas, and like I was listening to MF Doom back then, like Knife Wonder. Like that's when I was getting my hip hop expertise from.
Right.
Like I'll get into Mobb Deep. Like I'll start like tapping into like East Coast rap.
Right.
Just as well as West Coast rap. And then that's when I started listening to Chronic 2001 with Dr. Dre. So once I got into all that, that's when I really start opening my ears up with music. But also working with Tyler. Like working with Tyler kind of crafted my sound too.
For sure.
Like just having a homie that's so talented of a producer as he is. Like,
yeah.
So that mixed with all the other inspiration I was getting was kind of like how I created like the Casey Veggies sound. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like really versatile, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a wide range of music.
For sure.
Musical sound.
And you're rapping.
Yeah.
That's the most important part, is because you're a rapper. You know what I'm saying? And you're not mumbling none of this stuff. You're telling them, you're slowing it down for us. You're telling us, like, breaking it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro, that song that you have on Doris, Hive.
Yeah, Hive.
With you, Vince Staples, Earl.
Yeah, I did the hook.
Hard.
Yeah, I'm on the hook.
Yeah, hard.
I fuck with that. That shit went gold.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit went gold. That shit crazy.
Crazy. So now let's get into this one, because this is the album that really changes everything, right? Live and Grow, for sure. With the next Customized Greatly comes out. This is volume 4. I'm just running through these.
Yeah, that was special.
You got Tory Lanez, Dom Kennedy, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Chris fucking Brown.
Yeah.
Ty Dolla $ign. Oh, All Night record is fire. I love that record.
Yeah, I went on tour with Chris Brown that year too.
Wow.
That's the year I went on a Europe tour with Chris Brown. That shit was a movie.
How was that like?
That shit was crazy. We did 15 shows in Europe.
Wow.
CB, that shit was a movie.
And so who else was it just, were the openers?
It was me, Chris Brown, Wizkid, August Alsina, and then he had his OSB crew with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's when I met Wizkid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Wizkid took off a few years ago with his new single he had dropped with Tim's. And just seeing him take off, like, you know what I'm saying? Because around that time, he was already big, like, where he's from, but then the States was still getting familiar with him.
For sure.
So it's just crazy to go on that tour with him and then see how he went crazy after
Absolutely
that.
fucking with Drake and shit and just going up.
All that shit unfolded after. Yeah. So
I'm telling you.
I done seen a lot of shit, you know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
I'm telling you right now, you got the Midas touch, gang. Like, it almost seems like the ear that you have and the understanding of music for other people to respect you. Because a lot of people you met off the internet. That was that meeting people off the internet era. So you're coming through and people are fucking with you based on your music and your sound.
Tory Lanez.
Yeah, tell me about that.
He pulled it to my studio in Inglewood, like,
regular.
Wow. Like, we worked on music just regular before he all the way took off.
Yeah.
Bro ended up taking off crazy. He was locked in, but yeah, bro, he a real one. He pulled up on me in Inglewood.
Amazing.
Did a song with me.
Bro, that's crazy. It's crazy. So, okay, now we're getting into more recent projects. Bro, you're dropping projects every fucking year, damn near. Dropping. I want to understand something about today where you're at, right? Mm-hmm. So, so I didn't talk too much about the clothing brand that you had started.
Peas and carrots.
Yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah, we about to drop a new collection real soon.
Okay.
I mean, cooking up with that. I always been heavy into fashion, but I've been rocking a lot of other brands right now, but I'm ready to go all peas and carrots. Like I'm gonna have a whole year. I'm just rocking all my own shit.
That's right.
Yeah, so
That's right.
I'm finna drop a lot of new shit for sure.
Yeah. I think I mean I'm super into clothes too, but I just think when you start, it's all connected, right? These cultural pieces, they're all connected. They're all inspired by one another. So I think it's dope that you're dabbling into all of it. And plus, this is not just like a brand that you just started. Yeah. This is a brand that's been substantiated by your entire career. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Let me ask you this too. Do you write all your bars these days, or do you punch in?
Half and half.
Half and half.
Yeah, I'm dope. I got good at punching in. At first, I was like never punching in, but I had to adapt. So I start punching in, just trying shit out.
Right.
And I start trying auto-tune just to
that's the next question. That's the next question I was going to ask.
I got a couple hit songs. I caught a couple hits off auto-tune.
Facts.
That the city they know me for.
Exactly.
I got fans that they rather hear me just rap.
Right.
So I just, I try to
give them both best of the both worlds,
here and there.
Here and there. Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think that you'd ever drop like a super kind of like, I don't want to say singing, but like R&B type album?
It's funny you asked. I mean, I could. I really could. I mean, I got some songs. I think I want to go crazy with the rap, and then I might try something, because I do got a lot of melodies in my head.
Yeah.
When I turn on the auto-tune and it's in key, sometimes I just catch a different wave.
For sure.
Like I got songs that's unreleased that they might not come out. But like my producer, Mike and Keys, they did a lot of the work for Nipsey Hussle on Victory Lab.
Right.
They did a lot of life changes for me. He kind of get mad at me sometimes when I'm on auto-tune. Like he don't want to hear me on auto-tune, but sometimes over certain beats he'll tell me like it works.
Right.
With certain beats he'll just tell me like he don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And he's a producer.
He keep it real with me though. That should be 100.
And that's real. That's real.
As an artist, you need that. Like, okay, should I do it? I shouldn't overdo it, but
absolutely.
I didn't call hits with like my boy Bino. Like Bino go crazy on auto-tune. He really polished on there. Like, that's one of the artists I first started using auto-tune with. And sometimes when I jump on tracks with him, I just go crazy on the auto-tune just to like match up the sounds.
Sure. And
like,
step into his world too.
I stepped in them worlds, and then sometimes it works. Like we got a song called Miss It. That shit got millions of plays right now. Like everybody know my verse.
Crazy.
Auto-tune on that verse. So
crazy.
It's kind of like, it was dope that I was able to step into another world.
The only reason I wanted to bring up the auto-tune thing too was these last couple projects. That's what I was listening to riding around the whip today. The Crypto Veggies and CG5, right? Yeah. And you're hitting, because the truth of it is, it's like you got to start, not you, not just people in general, we have to adapt, right? We have to adapt to like true to ourselves while at the same time presenting a sound that people can understand. You know what I'm saying? It's a different time. And these last couple of projects shows that like I could do that too. I'm doing that.
That's what that was. I was like in another sound, like another wave. I was getting criticized too for that. That's crazy. Like people were saying like, oh, this not your sound. This not. I was getting certain comments like people wasn't feeling it, like, but I was feeling it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I dropped Since Y'all Forgot. Had a couple of moments on there, and then I just came back home on 10 Toes Down, my new EP that me and Mike and Keys just dropped. I just went back rap. Like, I just wanted to give people, like, I was just in a rap mode, and I'm still in that mode. Like, I'm working on my new album right now. It's about to be crazy.
Okay. It's coming out this year?
It's probably, it's going to come out this year.
We got a name for it?
June. Yeah, I got a name for it. I'm gonna announce it soon.
Okay, for sure.
Just, like playing with it, because I'm still promoting 10 Toes Down the EP out right now. So Apple Music, Spotify, make sure I go stream that. But yeah, like I got an album I'm working on right now, and I've been telling people like this album I want to turn up the marketing like 100%. Like I want to take physical marketing to the next level when it comes to just like promoting the album like it's a movie or something. Like this, I want this album to be promoted like a movie. Wow. And I'm just like,
I think that's gonna be the next like that phase when you start cranking that level. You know what I'm saying? You've done all these shows, you went on tour with all these people. When you drop this project and you cinematically map it out and then you do the concerts, I can see it happen right now.
Like we're in the building process right now. Like,
that's right.
It's crazy being in the game this long. Like some people, they vanish, you know what I'm saying? But it's a blessing to still be able to even be doing it. But we in the building process, rebuilding the whole brand and the foundation, and just getting the, you know what I'm saying, the fans tuned in to what I got going on. Sometimes people be asleep, you know what I'm saying? They don't be knowing like everything that's going on, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta put that art out there and really show them they been missing out on, and show them that you was the one like the whole time. Because niggas be sleep for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Go crazy.
Absolutely.
Wake them up.
I want to but before we wrap this up, I know you gotta get going. But I wanted to ask a couple things that I feel like the average listener wants to ask you. A lot of listeners are musicians themselves. A lot of people who are watching are musicians themselves. And what's your advice to an up and coming artist?
My advice to an up and coming artist is just like, should just stay true to your sound, stay true to what you believe in, what you stand on, like, and be clear on that. You know what I'm saying? Know what it is who you are. Know who you are, and I think that's when your music gonna really cut through to the listeners. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then and inspire somebody, inspire the next person to want to be great, and just believe in yourself at all times, and always know that you can make it to the top for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. The next one I wanted to ask was, you've lived in Los Angeles your whole life. You've been around the world. If you had to leave LA, where would you live?
Probably Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah.
Toronto or Atlanta. Maybe, or like Texas. Where Miami.
Starts listing all the cities. Okay.
In New York.
All of them. All of them.
That's a couple options right there.
That's right.
And also, a wild one, I probably would move to South Africa.
Yeah.
For like 6 months or a year.
I can see you in Japan too, or something like that too.
I've never been to Japan.
I can see you doing some Japan shit with your clothes and shit too. On some wild shit.
No, real talk. People have been telling me that for years. That I need to go to Japan. I need to go to, go to Tokyo. And
absolutely.
All that. I definitely need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the next one I want to ask was, is Los Angeles a dangerous place?
It could be. I think any place can be a dangerous place.
Cop
you just gotta. Yeah,
you can't make this shit up.
Police driving by right now. But nah, it could be dangerous. Anywhere could be dangerous.
Yeah.
But I think if you know how to move and you just stay in your lane, you be all right.
Boom. I want to. Can you name me 3 artists that you'd want to work with in the near future?
Kanye West, Pharrell Williams, and who would I work with? Probably Young Thug.
Yeah. Free Thugger. Yeah, that part.
His album just dropped too. I'm finna listen to it.
Oh yeah, me too. That part. You got 2 Drake features on that hoe.
Shout out my dog P1. We got a new single, Fuck the Summer Up, right now.
Yeah.
My dog P1, he out of LA. We got a new single out right now. This shit crazy. Apple Music, Spotify. And then my dog Chris King, we just dropped a new song called 10-4.
Fuck yeah.
Right now.
Shout out Chris King, man. He did our first photo shoot too.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris King.
We got some new shit out. Tap into that. The new album coming soon, Young Casey Veggies. Make sure y'all tune in. 10 Toes Down out right now.
Come on. 10 Toes Down out right now. Yo, it's Casey Veggies. Thank you very much for coming through today. I appreciate it, man.
Love,
and I would love to do this a year from now and do a recap and see what's going on. And you're going to be telling me, I told you so. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Yeah, one more time. It's Casey Veggies, Big Guafine. I told you so. Don't act like I didn't tell you when I see you. And we are out.
West High.
My guy.
That shit was hard.